So why do preachers from the pulpit preach against what they determine as premarital sex, not realizing Paul can't tell you what to do if the old talks of it differently, right? And why is that, right? Grace. That's the point, too. If we're saved by grace through faith, not of works, least any man should boast, and a female who's unbetrothed has sex with a man who's also unbetrothed, right? And they decide to have sex first, all they were supposed to do is go to the father and ask her hand in marriage. And that means you can have premarital sex, right? If you do it first or after a ceremony, right? Either way, it's what? Sex. Sex. That's the point of a marriage, or again, premarital sex is what they're calling it, right? But the sex is the marriage, right? If the young unbetrothed woman and the unbetrothed man have sex, the Bible never said that was a sin, right? You're applying it and saying it's a sin. No. You're making it fornication before marriage, but that's not what that is, right? See, what that means is if you were in that time, right, the father sometimes with a betrothal would choose the wife's husband, not the wife, right? So that's what I mean. Today, who can choose her husband? The woman, right? Okay, do you understand? Right. The woman can choose who she marries, right? Alright? And if she falls in love with a man and they have sex, that is the marriage. That is the marriage. Now, if they want the ceremony, if the woman wants the ceremony, men give it to her too, right? You could do both, right? And it's still not a sin if you do it with the honor of marrying the girl. Okay, do you understand, right? God, Moses, who you're calling God, by the way, he's not God, he's instead of God, right? By the way, is trying to teach you something about premarital sex, right? That if you have it, you're supposed to just seek the father's permission to complete the ceremonial part of the marriage, right? Or you pay her dowry if he refuses, right? Which was about 50 shekels back then, right? Whatever that means, right? But we no longer do that. No, we don't. Okay. Now the woman and the husband and because see, when you have sex, you're having someone to husband or the wife, right? Even if you're gay, you're doing it to have someone to play your bitch. And if you're women, you have to use dildos or so that won't get you pregnant. Now you still need to go to the surrogacy doctor and to have a child, right? But I'm not judging you anymore, right? Under what? Condemnation, right? For Christ forgive my sin of being with 17 women, right? If I call it that, right? Who I was trying to get to marry me, right? My intentions was to legally marry you. Oh, right. And if we had a baby before that happened, right, I still was trying to marry you, right? You pushed me away to the point where I gave up. That you didn't really want to commit to the marriage part, right? And I gave up. I can do that too, right? Now, like I said, it depends on what you're telling them to make them think we're not having sex too, Maribel. Don't lie to me. If you're not lying to me about having sex with Steven, then you're lying to Steven about not having sex with me. Come on, hey. Get real. You're lying to one of us or both of us, right? Too. Now, like I told you, what I'm worried about is it backfired on you if you try to get pregnant by Steve first and then me. I told you not to make me cheat on you. Right. And you made me cheat on you. Too. But me and Maria are just acquaintances with the number of times I even saw her, right? The only way she could be having sex with me, like I said, is if she comes over because Matt won't let it go. Right? And he gives her permission to do it, and she comes over, we have sex, and then she goes back to Matt, and then Matt dumps the other or something, right? Which shouldn't make sense. Shouldn't make sense. But she has to do all that because Matt won't let it go, right? That we're just acquaintances to me, right? And what he's doing is thinking I would have a problem be with her that way. I wasn't actually, right? But why wasn't I? Because he's driving her into my arms and I'm wanting a girlfriend. You know, I make sure, though, she's sure she wants to do it and tell her you don't have to do it just because Matt says you got to do it. Either. Because I know me and you know yourself. If you don't love me, we're wasting our time. But if you love me, it's okay. It's okay. Now, if you let Matt ruin our future wedding, though, right, that's up to you, right? Because, see, all I can do is, even though I can perform marriages, until we go down to the courthouse, right, we're just dating as if we're married until we can get the legal process completed, right? Right. And that's up to you, too, when we do that, not me alone. So we both have to set the wedding date, honey. And you gotta also find a way to quit going back to Matt unless he shoot me, like I said, right? And dragging you back to the apartment or your house or whatever's going on now, right? You might be living in two places, right? I don't know. I don't know. But again, if you got it like that, Mac, go ahead. I don't know. I don't know. But that should sound made up, and no one in their rational mind, Matt, would believe it. Not even me. That's why if you do shoot me, I'm resurrected by morning. Or before the police go on patrol to make sure I'm not dead. Obviously so, or I wouldn't be here if you shoot me, dumbass. Right? Or you wait until she gets back and come and knock over pretending you're her, and open the door for you without looking through the holes as well, right? Then you gotta come over while after she's with me, and then shoot me in front of her, and then drag her back to your house, right? You would have to do all that, man. Are you doing all that? Yes or no? Right? If you're not, nothing's happening either, except you might not be having sex with her around me now. See, I'm saying that too. I don't even know I'm not doing this. This should be made up. Right? But why am I saying that? Because I'm losing time around the doctor's office, or right? Again, it took me an hour to eat at the buffet, and it shouldn't take me that long, right? Because I get a small portion of what I want to eat anymore, right? I'm trying to cut back, right, and get smaller portions of what I like to eat. But I still don't eat no more than 3 plates. And if I eat the buffet, I don't eat it but once a day, right? I don't eat all 3 meals, right? I do it differently. Right. So my weight should basically be fine. I should be able to lose weight from here on out too, fine. Because it's the mind you're messing with to make me think I need to get bigger, right? It's my belief that I should be bigger now because I'm eating differently. No, I'm eating the same, right? No, I'm exercising differently. No, I'm exercising slower, right? Not at the same pace, but the exercising should keep me thin too. Yes, it should. Right. I'm not doing more than I did before I fell either. I'm doing less actually, right? I'm not able to work a job, right? Cause the arthritis builds up, right? But I'm thinking about, starting just walking in place or something, right? You got to do that. Just put the phone here and just start working. And then when a commercial or something comes on, I can sit down or do it the reverse. And the thing is, right, but you can't copyright everything. I know you can't. And if you exercise differently, it's so you can do it differently than somebody else did it. So you aren't copying them, but that only goes so far too, right? See, another thing is, right, most people stretch, right, before they do calisthenics, which is walking in place, moving back and forth, things like that. Right? But there's still the same movements for everybody, right? And you can only do it so differently every time, right? Before what? You done copyrighted everything, right? And the problem with copyright law is you're not letting it be repeated. You can't go that crazy with it and it survive, right? Because you're not the only one who can come up with that exercise program. You just want to be. They're using your greed. And that's greed of money. That's greed of money. That ruins you. That's the point, too. But you act like you're not a good neighbor yourself, Matt. And I even know what the hell's going on with you and her, right? And if you freak out because I'm just trying to get the damn lawnmower, man, to cut my grass because someone stole mine, or did they steal yours? I don't know. And you think yours is mine because they look the same, right? Well, your girlfriend looks like my ex-girlfriend, Maribel, but I know she's not Maribel. Now, but I'm not going to kill you if she's sleeping with you, nor can you kill me if she's sleeping with me because you do. Right? You know what I mean? Murder's a crime for a reason, man. It is a worse crime than adultery and not letting your girlfriend go and be with the man she loves if she don't love you anymore, right? That's a problem too, right? Some of you men think like the man and sleeping with the enemy, you own her forever, you can't never divorce her. Wrong. You're wrong. You can divorce too. In fact, Jesus is really saying, even if your woman commits fornication against you, you're better to hand her a bill of divorcement than stone her. That's what you get from both what John said about it and what Matthew said about it. Jesus was asked by the scribes and Pharisees and all that. Right. And the lawyers, right. See, the lawyers are the ones who try to interpret the law to figure out what it really means. But they're too dumbass to realize Moses' sarcasm about the man picking up the sticks on the Sabbath day, right? And stoning him and going to God and having to go to God and stone him for it, right? No, you don't. No, you don't. You're going to Satan then, and Satan wants him dead for it, right? Just picking up sticks on the Sabbath day, you're going to kill somebody? Or picking some corn out of them field, right? Like the disciples did? That's what he means. That's what he means. And you're not listening to God, you're listening to men who are misinterpreting the Word of God, right? Who've been misinterpreting since Constantine, right? And they don't even read it all to you. They just read it over and over again what they like from it, right? And there's more to it than what they're reading to you, which is the seals, right? And they're sealing it to make you think they're right, not God, not the Word of God. Through Moses. See, we're all the Word of God potentially, right? Even women are to prophesy in Jesus' name, right? And it don't make you a man, Joyce, it makes you a woman. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta look like a man to speak for Jesus. You're a woman speaking for Jesus. You're prophesying, right? The truth the best you can, right? And even if men are confusing you, know this: we're now saved by grace through faith, not by works, least any man should boast. Even if you have premarital sex, which is what they were taught you to call it, right? See, sex is the marriage. You're having marital sex. You're having each other, the husband and wife. You have premarital sex, right? Well, that means your dad was trying to make you his wife when he already had one, which is adultery, right? And fornication. Right? He's not supposed to do that. Everybody should know that. You do not try to have sex with your daughters, idiot. You had a wife to make her, stupid. That's Lisa's dad, too. Right? Maybe Daphne's too. I don't know what the hell is wrong with her. You don't know what the hell is wrong with her. But it's not really me she's testing. It's to see if her daughter was coached too, maybe. Right. Because, see, she's not around me first. She's around grandma and granddad, or dad, and biological dad. But not Shane, I'm the last man to meet her. If she doing something like that already with me, she was coached by some male figure to do it. Not by me. You're gonna get burned too. You can't do that to your granddaughter or daughter. And I don't do it. I was only helping her pee. So that's all you would do. Exactly. And Daphne knows I wouldn't touch her little girl that way. At all, even if she recorded it and was confused about what she recorded because of this. Plus, on a tape, it's condensed image. I know it is. You're not seeing how actually close I am or not. It's not going to look normal, but it ain't abnormal either. If you're trying to make sure she didn't pee. And that's only once, Daphne. You don't edit it into a loop. But if you do, I'm not doing it with her by myself, am I? No, I'm not. That would have to be another male doing it with her first. See, that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. No, why would she say Grandma showed her that? The two men in her life know she was around Grandma, and the Grandma would do that too, right? If they thought she had to pee. You see what I mean? I ain't saying they did more than that either. They wouldn't do more than what I, as the stepdad, would do if they thought I would do that to her, you understand? But I wouldn't be able to do that to her if you hadn't done it to her first. That's why it's your crime, not mine. I know it is. I wouldn't have done it to her at all if you hadn't coached her to do it with me. That's right. I'm the third male, dumbasses. They could have done that to her. Granddad could have done it, and Dad and that. And then Stepdad just all confused, trying to help her go to the bathroom. Legitimately. And next thing I know, someone's attacking me about on YouTube. Well, that's why Jesus said, judge not, lest ye be judged, because I'm the last male to meet her. Not the first. The first will be Granddad, then Dad, right? Then Shane. See, shit runs downhill because you're lying about the shit you're doing. She's doing that with me too. Yeah, you did it first. You did it first. And you know you did, you sick motherfuckers. I'm having to guess because I got fucking amnesia like you. Because you didn't fall from a 3-story building. No, you didn't. And that's awkward how it happened. But she's not protecting me. I'm just her husband. She's protecting the baby daddy and her dad. There she is. You understand who she's really protecting there? If she attacked me herself, her family, right? Not Shane. We wasn't even that close after 6 months, you know what I mean? She left her straight to Tennessee, which told me to stay away from her anyway. Right? That's why she would have to come in there to me for anything to happen, but you not see the mom anywhere in the background to do anything with her. And she would have to have a tape under the damn TV. And then she would have to edit because I would only do that once to make sure she didn't meet, right? And then I would think, what else was she in there with me for? To take a shower or something? I know. Well, she didn't ask me for something to eat or drink, and usually if a child's thirsty, they'll tell you. They'll tell you. Or they want something to eat. Yes, they will. And that's good parenting. That's all you can do in that situation. You're not prepared for it. You're sleeping on the couch, half asleep, half awake. Or fully asleep and woke up with her in there with you. You're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. That's it. That's it. But see, that's why it would only be one time. And of course, if I'm having to take a shower with her, I'm not thinking quite straight yet. But I'm remembering, well, I took a shower with my mom. Maybe she wants to shower with me or something. Because I don't know what she's doing. She's just laying there on the damn floor, Daphne. You know what really happened. No, she does. You know you're lying out your eyes. And you know why, to protect who really coached her. I know it is. But no, it wasn't me. Just say it wasn't you, because it wasn't you. Alright, oh. No. You know who she's really protecting. Ain't me, ain't you. She's trying to take it out on me, though. I know she is, right? I'm injured like I was struck by a weapon, Daphne, like a baseball bat. You wouldn't do that, would you? I'm trying to forgive you if you did, right? Because I'm not the first one to do that with her. I'll be the last. No, you'll be the last. That's right. And in that order, it's Granddad, Dad, and then Chain. And then Chain. She's responding to a mail like that. And let me do all that. She was coached by a mail. Not me. Not you at all. I'm just trying to legitimately help her pee or take a shower or something. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, if a child wants something to eat or drink, they're going to ask for it. They'll let you know what they're in there for. Those two things are different than having to pee or go to the bathroom, right? If she puts your crotch in your face or she's by the bathroom, that's obviously what you're doing. But it's actually like she's coached from there. I know it is. That's why I asked her who shared that. She said, Grandma. Because Dad and Granddad knew that too. And they coached her and said, Grandma. Oh, no, they did. Not Shane. Not trying to prove it, though. Did you think Daphne wasn't your daughter, too? Did you try to mess with her before that, like Lisa's dad? I know why you do it! Sick in the brain! Both of you! You sick bastard trying to put it all on me? Because I'm one of the two witnesses that should know better? No, I'm treating her like a real daughter, and you're not! Not a granddaughter or a daughter. Right. And they know it was you, too. They know it was you, too. I'm the last guy to meet her, and she's acting coached to me, right? I know when someone's coached and doing something they're not supposed to do, and I ask her who showed that, she said, Grandma, she's coached to that point. And see, I don't know what the hell you're doing with her either, so I'm afraid. I go to Daphne and tell her, hey, she's saying Grandma showed her this shit, and I know better, I know better. Grandmas don't show their little baby girls that. No, they don't. Granddads and dads do that. Because they're worried about the stepdad. Who ain't gonna do that shit because he's on the damn couch, idiot. Yes, you do. We all know where the husband sleeps with their feet on the couch. Yeah. You dumbass like you are, Mr. Walker. Mr. Mississippi. You're fucked in the head. Both of you. Not to condemn you, not to condemn you. That's the point. Yeah. I'm not even around her 1 to 4 days either. Dumbasses. And I'm on the couch the whole damn time. Trying to avoid that, and I barely remember it because of the amnesia at the phone. I'm having to piece it together, guessing what you did to her. No, not me, not you. At all. None of that was my plan. And then you're the one trying to set me up, knowing the only ones who would make her say grandma's granddad and granddad. You know that, right? Yeah, no. When they're coached to say grandma is two men actually coaching her, not grandma. My grandma. Grandma knows better than to even think that way. The men do. Right. I do. I know how women think about that. But that's why I'm confused by what she's doing with me, which I know she's not going to be doing it with me, idiots. Just because I'm mentally ill don't mean I'm not dumb like you. I'm just a little crazy because of my girlfriend relationships and my shipmates arresting me on gay. That's why. That's what. And I had to fast to hear the voice. This is the opposite of Paul. You heard the story, right? And I'm the third male who would be in her life that she's doing that with. Not the first. But they want the first to be last and last to be first. In what manner? Mm-hmm. Because, see, I'm also the only one who can really have sex with her when she's older. You see what I mean? I know what you mean. I'm not her biological dad, nor granddad. They are. They are. And they're the only ones who can coach her to do that with me, right? Well, like I said, Daphne showed up, but would have to leave by what time? Early Saturday night, maybe almost early morning, to make sure she's back. And then she had to drop her off at house, right? That's what I heard. That's what you heard. And she was with him for 4 days, right? Someone has the opportunity to coach her there, right? Someone would know if they were called or something too and told what happened. She ain't gonna take the couch when he get back. So he's a good man. He's a good man. He's not trying to mess with her or the daughter, but one was acting batshit and trying to hurt him and getting into fights with him. Almost physical. Before that. Someone changed their attitude towards Shane, and it ain't Shane towards her, right? She gave up really quickly because she was about to get what she wanted the whole time, her daughter from her mother. But I'm not going to molest the daughter to get revenge. I'm going to move back to base and say, fuck that. No, you're not. That's what they're trying to make you think I would do. Because that's what they were trying to do, as if I would do it, right? You know what I mean? That's why the only way she would do that is if it was a male, too, right? But I'm trying to guess they did to her. I don't know. I don't know. I would never really do that to her. Normally either. Because of what? Amnesia, right. And normal memory loss. I wouldn't care or worry about that. I would just bring her back to Daphne and think that was the end of it. And think she knows who really did it. And it wouldn't be her mother at all. That's more her interacting with the what? Male. Who's teaching her to do that with me. And if I ask her who showed her that, and say grandma did. And I told you this before. And only one definitely had her 4 days. Matt. Oh, I'm sorry. And her biological dad. That's sick shit, petty officer. Normal men don't do that to their daughters. Even if the man's schizophrenic and sleeping on the couch. Which you would know. Mr. Walker may or may not have known that, right? I don't know. But whoever it is, it would be a male figure if she's letting me do it too. And you seem to know more about it than I can even remember. Right, Daphne? Only one man had total access to her, unless she had a lover. And he did it, but someone did it. No, not you, not me. I'll never do that, right? I'll have to deal with it, okay? Because you would have to be in there with me alone, Daphne. That's something they would have to coach her, no difference when you're asleep in the way. Even if you put a damn tape under there to watch it in the morning. And I know they only run about 6 hours on the longest setting, right? Mm-hmm. 2. So it will last almost what time? See who's set me up, Daphne. Daphne, too. She's got a video. You can't do that, Daphne. I forgive you, though. No, you do. And I'll let it go. And you let it go. You're not letting it go. Just not letting it go. And it's sudden malice 20 days later. That's when I was attacked by her. Mm-hmm. She's making it happen. I'm not doing what she wants me to do, so she does something worse. And she's trying to abort our son. Yes, she is. She's doing all that. I know. She didn't want me or Jonathan, did you? She just wanted her daughter from her mother and had to do all that to get her. And then she's trapped with my baby. Then she's trapped with your baby, too. Oh, I know when I'm being sugar-coated, Daphne. And when you're lying out your butt. Talk about Jonathan. I got my boy. Right. I know. But he's not around me to feel like a man. He's around you, and you hate him. No. We're probably the only ones who, at 13, showed him love as well. Oh, no, what do you mean? You're not loving your son, Daphne. He's not. Where he's dealing with being gay, too, right? Because of you, though. Not that. But that's the point. Amanda would literally have to come to Georgia. I don't even know her address. Or where she lives now. And not into that. Not even with Sheena after we broke up. I quit writing the Shenandoah too. I don't even remember that address. I don't even remember the whole numbers of the address. Of the ship. I know. You can't just write USS Shenandoah either. It's got, there's only one, but maybe. But I know she ain't on the ship anymore anyway. And you're not supposed to be around me either. No, you're not. It's the whole point here.